friends, welcome to Gyno Talk. I am Dr. Safina Anas, Specialist Gynecologist at Aster Hospital, Kisses. Today I am planning to share few thoughts about another key topic, that is menstrual cycle and menstrual hygiene. As I have told in previous video, menstruation means the body is physically capable of becoming pregnant. In the first half of the menstrual cycle, the level of the hormone called estrogen rises, and this causes thickening of the uterine lining that is called endometrium. This lining will nourish a fertilized egg, that is embryo, if pregnancy occurs. Simultaneously, an egg in one of the ovaries starts to mature. At about 14th day on an average 28-day cycle, the egg is released from the ovary, which is called ovulation. The egg travels through one of the fallopian tube to the uterus. Pregnancy occurs if the egg is fertilized by a sperm cell and it attaches to the uterine wall. If the egg is not fertilized, it breaks apart, the hormone level drop, and the thickened lining of the uterus is shed through the vagina. This is a menstrual period. It is common for the teens to have irregular periods. It might take 6 years or more after the menarche for the cycle to become regular. As everyone is aware, the average menstrual cycle lasts for 28 days. Although cycle can range from 21 to 45 days, longer cycles are more common for the first few years after the menstruation begins. As getting regular period is an indicator of the women's health, it is important to know what is normal and what is not. For that, we need to know the following things. Let's see how to track your menstrual cycle. Start keeping a record of your menstrual cycle on a calendar. Begin by tracking your start date every month for several months in a row to identify the regularity of your cycle. If you are concerned about your period, it is always better to make note of the following points every month. Beginning and end date of your period, so that you can easily identify how long does your period typically last. Is it longer or shorter than usual? Similarly, flow during periods. Record the heaviness of your flow. Does it seem lighter or heavier than normal? How often do you need to change your sanitary protection? Have you passed any blood clots? Any abnormal bleeding? Are you bleeding in between periods? Pain during periods. Describe any pain associated with your period. Does the pain feel worse than usual? Other changes. Have you experienced any changes in mood or behavior? And does these changes have any relation to your periods? These details will help you to get better advice from your gynecologist and reassure your health status. Presently, there are many options to track periods on a calendar or by using a smartphone app. Eventually, you might be able to predict when periods will begin and also to get mentally prepared for that. Now, let's discuss few simple but meanwhile important points with regard to menstrual hygiene. Hygiene-related practices of women during menstruation are of considerable importance. As we all know, it has a direct health impact in the reproductive health. Today, millions of women are sufferers of reproductive tract infection and its complication, and the identified major cause of this infection is improper hygiene practices. This infection may also get transmitted to the offspring of the pregnant mother. So, it is necessary to take steps to reduce the incidence, and the easiest way is by creating awareness and sharing of knowledge about selection and use of appropriate absorbent material. Today, sanitary pads are the most popular menstrual absorbent, and it is observed that the use of other products like tampons, menstrual cup, etc., they are also gaining acceptance. First and foremost thing is the importance of changing them regularly, every 4 to 6 hours for pads, 4 to 8 hours for tampons, and every 8 to 12 hours for menstrual cups. I would advise you to experiment and find the product that works best and comfortable for you. Next is personal hygiene during menstruation. It is important to wash hand before and after changing the sanitary absorbents, whether it is a pad, tampon or a menstrual cup, preferably using soap and water. Always use clean and dry undergarments that too of appropriate size. Never use product like deodorants, perfumes or powder near vagina. Do not use soap or other cleaning products inside the vagina, as it has a very high acidic environment and it is the natural mechanism to protect that area against bacteria. Adding chemicals including antibacterial soaps alter the normal ecosystem, and this can allow the growth of bacteria and yeast, resulting in other health issues. Make it a habit to take bath at least once during the time of periods. Disposal of used materials. The effective and the easiest method of disposal is to wrap the pads in a piece of paper and put it in waste bin. A covered bin is always preferred to ensure proper sanitation and which will help in preventing the spread of other illnesses which arise from the waste material. And wash the hand properly after disposal. Never ever flush the sanitary pad in Indian or Western closet, as it can clog the drains and lead to several other issues. In short, nurture the culture so that there will be a world where we can talk about menstruation openly and gain the confidence to handle the Superwoman Week. Thank you and see you next time with another topic.